Good morning and welcome back to my channel. It's Ethnicgreenliving here, and today I decided I would do a day in the life of a homeschool mom. I think I've done this one other time, but before I get this day fully going, I need time to refuel myself, time to pour and fill my cup so I can pour it back into my kids. And for those of you who don't know, my ultimate goal is a marathon. So far I've only got up to 10 miles, so here I am just getting started with the day, taking a little walk, and just kind of taking you guys along this journey with me. And as I get back from my walk, I'm just kind of going through my day, doing my, morning routine after getting my water. I do have a get ready with me type video that talks about my morning routine, so you can kind of see that not much is changing. But here I am just putting away dishes from the clean dishes, getting breakfast out, really simple, getting going with baby girl's hair.
Almost done. We have one more. This is the one we just did, and this is the one that is older.
And while I'm finishing up her hair, they're reading together.
All right, so we are at the homeschool table. I've got my water, I've got the spelling test out so I can get ready to take it, my dry erase markers. But I want to show these before I put them onto my home library. When I was going past the local library, they had these books for free. And of course we have a cat, and my children love cats that look like this. And so of course I picked this one up free. Turquoise as a Parakeet, free. Beyond the Milky Way, free. I think it's going to be Mante's Winter. And lastly, The Art of Freedom, How Artists See America. And we have a whole bookshelf that has, different things of the United States, etc. And so I just think that would be cool to go with it, or just on its own. It doesn't matter. Either way, they were free. I thought they were great things to add to our library. They had tons and tons more, but there are certain things I'm looking for when I do pick up a book from the library. Do you want to look at the kitten book? Yeah. Looks like our cat Chloe. Okay. So they picked those. I'm just going to stick these here, and we are getting ready to take our test. Okay, so all the spelling tests are done and graded, and so now I'm headed to the back so that I can start the read alouds. Typically, I do read alouds first thing first. It's very important to me. It's very important we get started with our day, but it's Friday, so I wanted to get these spelling tests done. So let me grab my water, and let's head to the back. Okay, so we are getting ready to start, and I have all of my books ready and my little rest. And the only thing I've got to do is get my blanket. Upon a time, there was a king who walked astride his world, here, there, and everywhere. He became poor in order to be like the people he loved, and he lived amongst the outcasts in order to feel their pain. The baker who loved bread. The baking complex was hidden in the heart of the deepest floors. The baker discovered that one could love the work of one's hands too much, and that one should always love one's king more. Love for the king is measured by one's love for his people. So the baker fed the hungry and fed them well. Least the one he loved the most should starve. How great is our God? 100 indescribable devotions about God and science. Nailed it. Do all that you can to live in peace with everyone. From Romans 12 and 18. Fingernails. They're good from scratching an itch and scraping off icky price tags, but there's more to these nails than you think. The of American history, World War I. Chapter 4, Eugene Bullard, the Fearless Flyer. World War I was the first war fought with airplanes, and many people wanted to learn to fly, including a man named Eugene Bullard. He was the first African-American fighter pilot in the world, but he never was allowed to fly for the U.S. Air Force. Okay, so we just finished up this book here, Secrets of U.S. History, World War I. Fearless Flyers, Dazzle Painters, and Code Talkers. And we're starting our first go-rounds with markers, and I'll show you what I just drew. I really wish I had my tripod set up and I could have let you guys see me draw and color this, even though I'm no artist at all. But I do try, and I try to teach my kids to try. So this is the Razzle Dazzle.
And this is my Razzle Dazzle.
Well, you're not done yet. And so the pre-step is just to draw out the ship, and to then start putting the lines and stuff on it. So 3 of the 4 are getting it done. And I will come back and show you the finished product. We are going to take a walk, and it'll be almost lunchtime. Okay, if you want red, that's fine.
I want some red too.
Okay.
Red.
That's fine.
This is color little mom. This is my Razzle Dazzle.
What color? What color?
Yellow and green.
Okay, like an army?
Mm.
Like an army ship? Maybe you could use orange and brown to go with it. Orange, brown, yellow, and green. Maybe? Okay. Done. I love it. Razzle Dazzle.
Razzle Dazzle ship.
That is beautiful. And I love that you took your time.
And now that I have one of these ships with the fleet on my book.
On your book? Okay. You want to make another one on your book? Okay.
I'm gonna make a
Pumpkin,
couple.
can I see what you're working
my
on?
drawbook more so I can make a couple more.
Sure. Okay. Wow. You did it all by yourself, Lonnie. You have really...
I did it by myself. I'm gonna make a couple more ships.
No one helps, so you're right.
I'm gonna make a couple more ships on my book.
Okay.
More ships. So colorful. I can make a fleet. I just tried it by myself. I did.
And here are the finished Razzle Dazzles. Some people followed instructions more than others, but that's what happens when you have all different ages and when you have people that don't always follow instructions. However, everyone has their own interpretation of things, and this is what we have learned about and talked about. And I have something that I want to add to this, even though it is kind of taking us way off subject for the day. Vegetables heating up, some pasta heating up. We are getting the tea going. Okay, guys. So I came to just have a break. Just to be honest, I came to have a small break, but we're having a really good day, and we got a few more good things in store, so let's take you along the rest of the journey. Okay, so the roosters are crowing. We're about to straighten this rug, get these dishes done. We don't have too many things that are still out, but we've got a few things. So they know your name, Pumpkin. So we're just gonna finish getting everything cleansed up, and we can get back to our day.
And we're about to take a walk after we get everything clean.
Yep. Alright, we are working on math. Everybody has their workbook. This one is Papa's. And so the way I do it is I have one of these like dividers here and one here. And whatever we are doing for the next lesson is right here. And the way his is broken down, we just do one lesson a day. That's all. One lesson a day. So over here is all the lessons that he's already done. So the lesson that he's working on today will get his name and date and go right under here. And then tomorrow I will come here, pull out this lesson, and then grade it, stick it back. The next day, pull out the next lesson, grade it, stick it back. And that way we always know where to open to because the tab is always there. So that's how I do the math books. Now in this math book for him is a thinner one, and it's a single subject in one. The other ones have bigger ones, which you can see, and I do the exact same thing with multiple of their subjects in there. So we are finishing up. We've got a little bit more to do. We were doing some numeral line stuff, and I took this out because he was working on some time. While we are finishing up the nap. The little ones are playing with the cards in a game. Okay, so we also played with some of these blocks, and to end our math, we are going to do this timing. So Aaron, you tell us what 6 o'clock looks like, and then we're gonna pass it to your brother. Go ahead and show us 8:30. Then we'll pass it to your next brother, and we'll head on to our next subject.
And then me.
Yeah, we'll let you go too. Okay, so we are trekking our way along. Kalani is practicing her name, her choice. I'm not,
Hello.
you know.
Again, I don't know how to draw my K.
You don't know how to draw your K? Okay, we'll keep working on it then. She wants to write her name, and she doesn't know how to draw her K. She just said she doesn't. So, next up we're doing Explode the Code, which I've already taken out. They typically do 2 sheets of this Explode. Well, this lesson's already done. It's from yesterday. All right, so I'll take out the new one for today. So we normally do 2 pages of Explode the Code, and then we do the Good and Beautiful, which is our language arts. So we are getting ready to do Explode the Code, language arts, which is Good and Beautiful. That's okay, honey. That's all right. And of course, Eli has his as well. But what we're about to do is we are about to... Good job! Chicker, chicker. So what we're getting ready to do, we all just got water. We just all pottied. And I say at least 4 times a day. Everybody stop everything. We're going to get water. We're going to go potty. It's important to make sure we're staying hydrated and all that. So now we are getting ready to go and take a walk. Now we typically take a morning walk early in the morning together, but we didn't take one today. And to be honest, we haven't taken a morning walk this past week. So
10,000 weeks. 10 weeks we have not taken a walk.
Okay, we haven't taken a walk for 10 weeks.
This is Ethnicgreenliving.
So now we are getting ready to go ahead and, oh, he's put the wrong date on there. Okay, so now we're getting ready to go take our walk, and then we're going to come back in and we'll have a snack. We'll do our Explode the Code and our Good and Beautiful. And whew, we are almost done with this day. We did devotion already. We did our morning read aloud. We did our spelling already. We've done our Explode the Code, Math Mammoth, Good and Beautiful, and I think we did our book basket. We did our lunch. We've done some play.
Look at my name, Mom.
Okay, hold on one second. So what we have to do is we have some science. We may do science or geography. We're not going to do both today. I don't think we're going to have enough time for that. But science, what we have is science, geography, and our reading readers. And our reading readers, I did a whole video about a library tour. So I talked about the reading readers there. That's really important. It's important that I do my read aloud with them every single day, so I do that. Book basket is when we look at books that are related to what we're learning about in school. And our reading readers is when the children read books that are their age level, or their reading level developmentally. So it's normally with early readers, with sight word books, Bob books, just depending on which child we're talking about. And then my bigger kid, of course, does chapter books. So with that being said, that chatty little bit there, let's go ahead and take our walk. Okay, they were so full of energy. They definitely need to go outside and ride bikes and get all the energy out. And of course, it was a good excuse for me to walk a little bit more. Okay, so we are being all kinds of crazy over here, and so we're just done for the day, and that's okay because they will make it up this weekend. It's only a little bit we didn't get to, and that was science, geography, and astronomy. So we'll take care of that this weekend. It won't take but just a few minutes. I don't think that we had a project. So we did not do circle time or memory work today. I wanted to point that out, one, and I wanted to point out that our schedule was all out of order. And you got to see me in how butterfly-ish I am. Because, well, initially when I posted my schedule and started with the schedule, started at 8 because the kids are getting up at like 6. And so then from 6 to 9, they were just like doing all kinds of, it was just too much time. I'm like, listen, you up early, let's get going early. but they're starting to wake up a little bit later now, and so the day starts at 9. But because I did Kalani's hair today, which I do not do every day, it put us a couple of minutes starting late. So we started a few minutes late today. We typically start at 9. Our schedule was out of order, and what happened was we did our art. I just considered when we finished up our read alouds with our World War I. I just considered that time art time when the kids made their goodness, what are those things called?
Ship.
Yes, our ship's been a long day. Long day with all these kids now. I love it. Oh, and so we did get, so we got to everything else. We got to everything. We just did not do the circle time of memory work today. We will do the science, geography, and astronomy, which are all kind of hands-on fun things, and whatever. We'll get to those on later this weekend. And that's pretty much it. So the rest of the day is kind of be a little chill. Typically, not always, I bake something or do like a trail mix or popsicles or something like that, and then we try to watch movies on Fridays. Not always, but most of the time. I really aim for it, I try for it. It's something I like, but sometimes after long days, and especially days like today, it's like, listen. So I know some of you mamas understand what I'm saying. But anyway, I don't want to make this video super long. I don't do a bunch of edits in my video. What you see is what it is. But this is real life. This is what it looks like. And, you know, it does change a little bit. Some days I'm not as butterfly-ish, like, ooh, let's make a project, art project to go with our book. You know, some days I'm just straight to the book. But typically, no. I'm like, oh, let's do this and let's do that, and I get excited. But hey, you know, that's what homeschool is all about, and learning and life's all about. So thanks for joining us today. I really appreciate you. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe and stick around. I do plan to do more of these. And I plan to share a little bit more of some other things as well. This is my 9th year homeschooling, so I have learned a few tips and tricks along the way. And that is how not to follow your schedule. Just kidding, just kidding. Much love to you, and I always say here on my channel, you can do a lot with a little. And until next time, blessings.